Welcome, everyone. Can everyone hear me okay? Make sure the audio situation is simpatico. Just write it loud and clear there. Excellent. Thanks, Andrew, for moderating. Thanks, Lauren, if you're there. Hey, Lily. And hey, friends, everyone checking in. Nicole, Jeff, Christina, Cashew, Barb, Turk Pix, Sandra, Gabriel, Bill, Deborah, Rebecca, Fred, Randy Jones, Sandra, Hat Creek Dog Training. Nice. I was wondering when you'd show up. So, welcome to the Do Nothing Project. To all the regulars, welcome back. It's good to see you. Of course, I can't just sit here and list all the names. Well, appreciate all the people who check in the comments, and I appreciate all the people who kick back and are just existing without typing. And if you're new, welcome. This is the Do Nothing Project. This is, I'm Jeff Warren. I am interested in meditation. I'm interested in all kinds of practices, and this thing we do on Sunday night is kind of like the pared down center. So actually, I thought I'd call this evening Begin Again and use it as an opportunity to just restate some simple intentions around why we do this, and just say a few very simple things about meditation, as if you've never meditated in your life, which is kind of how I feel sometimes every time I sit down. Like it's like I don't know what I'm doing all over again. So just saying a few very basic things about what is this thing that we're doing, and just by way of introduction to people who may be new here, who found me through one of the apps or through some other avenue. And you're in good company with your begin again, your fresh beginner attitude, and it's good to have you here along with the rest of the community. So the Do Nothing Project is, like I said, I have a podcast now with Tasha, and I've been for 12 years exploring just all kinds of practices, and the podcast is all about movement practices and different kinds of meditation practices and psychotherapy practices and art practices. But you could say that what allows me to explore all that pluralism, or at least this is how I personally feel, is that I also have a practice in the dead middle, which is about doing nothing, which is, in a sense, the central, most simple, most pared down kind of thing a human being can do. And really, at the heart of meditation, that's what meditation is. Meditation is this, it's basically just sitting and being with your life as it is, and not trying to change it or update it, not indulging in the usual run of controlling and managing. And one of the things you kind of notice when you sit is actually how much momentum all that other stuff has. All the ways in which we actually don't want to just sit and be, all the restlessness that we instantly indulge because, no, I don't want to do that, I want to get on to the next thing, or the daydreaminess or the driftiness, or all the ways in which we kind of check out from just sitting and being with our life as it is, with this moment, this experience as it is, not trying to run after something different or run away from something, but boom. And the act of doing this is, well, it's quite radical. I mean, and traditionally, one expression you often hear in Buddhism is against the stream, because the stream of human cultural life is to continue moving along with that flow of conditioning, moving along with the urgency to do, to control, to manage, and there's nothing wrong with that flow, except if you only know that flow, then you get into these kind of feedback loops of intense suffering, and because you can't control conditions ultimately. conditions are out of your control. Life is going to do what life is going to do. And so to find a practice where you can actually step back and sit and let life do what it's going to do in the moment is really good medicine. It's a kind of deep reset. So that's the kind of idea of the Do Nothing Project. You know, it probably sounds more grandiose than it is, but just a bunch of people getting together, sitting and just being in the middle of our lives in an honest way and letting the nervous system get a kind of rest and then noticing what we notice. So if you're new to meditation, what supports that? Because it's not the easiest thing to do, actually, because of course you've got all that momentum of the go, 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 and all the agitation, all the feelings that come up, all the thought loops. So what supports it is a couple things. One is kind of an attitude piece where you're just basically saying ahead of time, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is the part of the equanimity. Whatever's here is going to be allowed to be here. That means the sounds around you, the feelings inside you, the thought patterns, the busyness or the lack of busyness. It's all allowed to be here. You're not going to try to fight against any of it or try to manage it. And this attitude is sort of, it kind of sets you up for success in a way. It doesn't even matter how the meditation goes because you're just saying whatever goes down, goes down. So that right away kind of creates space. And then there's, so my invitation will be just to kind of just sit and be or do whatever you need to do. But another thing that can kind of support us is to work with a simple home base. So some simple sensation that you just decide to commit your attention to. And that helps with, if you do have a lot of the go-go momentum or the driftiness or whatever it is, it just helps you stay present with something very simple and let things get a bit settled. So it's a great way to kind of support sitting there doing nothing. At some point you may want to just let go of it and just sit and be, or not. You know, it's a whole path in and of itself. When you work with a home base, like say the breath, there can be this sense of absorption that can be quite pleasurable. So that's another possible support. Although, of course, one of the challenges of that kind of practice is people just end up going into it for the pure pleasure. They get attached to the pure pleasure when really the deeper training is to learn how to not be attached to anything, to be able to be with whatever's here. So that's just a little bit about meditation, about the do-nothing approach. We're all going to begin again right here, just like you begin again every moment with a simple do-nothing practice. I'm glad to be here with you. Glad to be here with you. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, if you got your own sort of tried and true practice, something you like to slip into and it's comfortable, then obviously go ahead and do that. And a lot of this is just about the company. 25 minutes, 8:10, I'll finish it 8:35. Nice, Brooke. Okay, so as always, eyes open or closed really depends on what feels comfortable for you. A few deep breaths at the beginning can sort of help remind the body that you're moving into this deliberate state of sitting around doing nothing and special. So you do extended in breath, a long out breath. As you breathe out, I like to imagine I'm breathing out any uptightness. There's always some uptightness there that needs breathing out. Meaning literally spots of tension in the body. So you're just sort of softening the face and shoulders. But also kind of more abstractly. You're kind of breathing out your own expectations about needing things to go a certain way. Breathing out any judgments that have already seizured up Just letting all that go and letting yourself sit here and be a body in the world with other bodies, sitting here in the middle of your life. And this is where the equanimity is helpful right here from the beginning. What is your orientation to the middle of your life, to the sounds around you, to the feelings inside you, the thoughts? Can you genuinely be sitting in a permissive way, like you're not going to be uptight or braced against things you don't like, trying to push things away, grab onto other things? Just let everything, just like the sounds, like sounds can just, neighbor sounds, dogs barking, whatever, they're just floating through the scene, floating through you, through your awareness. And you stay open to it. However the body feels right now, you're just letting all those sensations rise and fall as well, or maybe they stay steady. Same with the thoughts and the feelings. There may be lots of thoughts, very few. It doesn't matter. It's all welcome. Whatever's here is where we begin from. And every moment is like that. Every moment you begin again with where you are. That's why you can't really get lost in meditation. You just have to come back to being present. Although you will get lost. We all do. So there's this pared down, just being, just sitting. Nothing needs to be any particular way. Some people like to sit just like this, eyes open or closed. Can I just be here without needing things to be different? And if things are particularly excitable in there today, or for whatever reason you feel like you want a little extra support, then zooming into some familiar sensation, some home base, like the breath, the soft feeling at the nose or in the belly. The warmth of the hands can be a home base. A sound, like the sound of the fridge or a vent or birds or traffic. So no need to jump around trying to choose the right one. If you're interested in a home base, just choose something that isn't. Part of the practice is recognizing that everything is inherently fine, or neutral. It's just sensation. So anything can be a home base. I'll try this for a bit. Good, and you're just patient as things settle. Not in any rush, not in any hurry. Mind will always wander, and you realize you're kind of a little bit thinking about something, and just notice that. And you come back to your home base, or you come back to just sitting and being. It's like you stop feeding the thought. You kind of let it go. You're not trying to stop it. You just stop the feeding of it. It's like you stop giving it attention, and it just sort of floats off or comes back. And that rhythm of drifting and coming back is very much the natural rhythm of meditation. It's not a problem. So you can give yourself permission to begin again with just being. And as we get settled, you start to pay this kind of close attention to exactly what's here. And what does it mean to be present? The feeling of being present, the quality of the moment just as it is. There's something in it, a kind of quietness or a spaciousness that we can start to get interested in, oriented to, just through being it, through being still, through being quiet. Not gripping at it, just this delicate tasting of an experience, I guess. This delicate noticing. It's like you're seeing if you can be present for as exact a moment as it's emerging, the exact feeling of the breath, or this exact sound, or this exact sensation, even things that are continuous. Can you kind of pulse in and just notice exactly what that continuous thing is doing right now? And right now, how present can you be in this smooth, loose way, not rigid? Not uptight, letting the sounds flow past, the thoughts flow through, the quiet bubble over. Wherever you are, I'll begin again, coming back to right here, continuing to be right here. Okay, good. So we'll usually finish a Do Nothing project with some kind of loving kindness practice, nurture positive practice. And I thought of a very simple one that we could do today. I was just sitting with my son before this as he was falling asleep in the dark. And he's 2.5, and he was just leaning against my chest, and it was dark in the room, and just feel him breathing. And I was sitting there thinking, this is the most incredible meditation. I was present and just holding him close to me. I was thinking with this last bit, just picture someone that you want to hold close to you. Whatever that means for you. It doesn't have to be literally someone you want to have close to you want to acknowledge and keep them close to you for this last few minutes. Just sitting with the thought of them, or the image, or a memory. It can be an animal or a child or friend, family member, partner, ancestor. Just someone you want to sit with. And you don't have to repeat any words or do anything. Just sitting in the same spirit of being present and quiet. But this person is somehow present. And just sit with them. Not trying to change anything. Just being with them as they are. Sitting in your life. Beginning again. You're welcome, Valentina. Hey, Nicole. Hmm. Nice, Christina. Nice. Christiana says the dogs helped get her back into receiving mode and begin again. Dogs are good for that. And many other things. Nicole's chilling her giant beanbag. Good to see all the names. Thank you all for your reports. They're going by fast, so I'm missing a few of them. Oh yeah, Andrew's. Thanks for reminding me, Andrew. On the off chance that you know any empty homes in Toronto, Sarah and I are, and our little guy and our new little human being who's about to emerge, are looking for a place for the summer. Starting the summer for a year or two, someplace to rent. Probably in the west end of Toronto. So I'm just putting it out there because you never know. Thanks for indulging that. Okay, I missed a whole bunch of comments. They went by fast. Apologies. Lori relating to my own impatience in a nicer than usual way tonight. That was cool. Cashews starting over. Oh, career-wise, you have to tell me what that's going to look like. I would love to come to Montreal, Captain. That is a thought, but at the moment, we need to be near my parents and my sister for support with 2 toddlers. Allie, what's happening with Allie? All right, let me scroll back. Wow, 3 family members and a dear friend are in various stages of dying. Really needed this set. I'm sorry you're going through that, and they're going through that. Yeah, meditation definitely helps. Helps us be present with people in our life, and that's what they need from you right now. Presence. Nice, Steve. Oh yeah, Andrew's just putting what CEC tomorrow night is Warren Hooley is going to be guiding a practice. That'll be great. I really like him. He was on the CEC podcast. I think Andrew, we mentioned that was going to happen last week, but it's actually this week. All right, friends. Well, I'm feeling pretty relaxed. I'm going to roll on out of here. Maybe read a bit. All right, good to be with everyone. Appreciate you coming out on a Sunday night to do nothing. Appreciate folks from other time zones. See you next week. Much love. Thanks, Andrew.